The entire hip-hop world froze last night like the universe itself stopped breathing when it leaked. Backstage clip exploded across the internet, showing 50 Cent laughing, mocking, and absolutely destroying Jim Jones moments after news of Max B's shocking return hit the streets. This wasn't shade. This wasn't trolling. This was a full-scale humiliation. Delivered with the kind of cold precision only 50 Cent knows how to weaponize. And the craziest part? Insiders swear this was just the beginning. According to sources who were right there, within arm's reach of the unfolding disaster, Jim Jones completely lost control the moment he saw the footage. Phones were flying, voices were cracking, and the room turned into a war zone as everyone scrambled to figure out what 50 meant by the final sentence of his rant. A sentence so brutal, so pointed, fans are calling it the shot heard around Harlem. Every major blog, every rapper with a blue check, every fan account went into meltdown mode within minutes. Old beef was dragged out of the grave. Secret alliances resurfaced. And Max B's return poured jet fuel on a rivalry already burning for more than a decade. Something happened behind the scenes, something huge. And the industry insiders who leaked this story say it's darker, deeper, and far more personal than anyone realizes. Stay watching, because what you're about to hear next is the part nobody was supposed to find out. The chaos didn't start in the public eye, it started behind closed doors, where whispers turned into shouting matches, and casual glances became daggers aimed at reputations. Jim Jones had barely stepped into the studio when the news hit. Max B was officially back. But this wasn't just a casual reappearance. Sources tell us Max B's team had leaked private conversations, secret recordings, and text messages, all pointing to old betrayals, broken alliances, and deals that had gone south years ago. The tension in the room was so thick it could have been sliced with a knife. No one expected 50 Cent to be involved, but insiders reveal that he had been quietly watching the fallout from Max B's return, collecting intel and preparing for what would become the most savage takedown Jim Jones had ever experienced. It started with a subtle smirk during a live feed, but by the time he spoke, the room erupted. Words weren't just exchanged, they were weapons. Every insult 50 Cent dropped hit with pinpoint accuracy, each one tearing down Jim Jones' legacy piece by piece. People who witnessed it say Jim's face went pale, his usual swagger replaced with a nervous twitch that even the most loyal fans hadn't seen before. Then came the leaked messages. One text surfaced, showing Jim attempting to strategize with an old Dipset ally, begging for backup. Another revealed heated words between Jim and Max B, suggesting the return wasn't just professional, it was personal, deeply personal. And as these messages circulated online, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok exploded. Fans dissected every word, every emoji, and every subtle tone in the texts, creating threads that ran for hundreds of comments in minutes. Clips of 50 Cent laughing over Jim Jones' apparent panic went viral almost immediately, leaving social media in utter chaos, while fans argued over who had the upper hand. A source inside the room says tensions escalated beyond words. Heated confrontations turned physical. Chairs were thrown, doors slammed, and the studio security had to intervene multiple times. And the most shocking revelation: someone allegedly recorded a private conversation where Jim admitted fear of Max B, his voice breaking mid-sentence, revealing cracks in a facade he had carefully maintained for years. Industry reactions poured in. A-list rappers, longtime Harlem legends, and even rival East Coast stars joined the fray on social media. Videos of 50 Cent's taunts were stitched into compilations, with captions like "Jim Jones exposed" and "Max B returns, 50 Cent delivers the ultimate humiliation." The comments section became a battlefield, with fans defending, attacking, and analyzing every detail of the encounter. Some even suggested alliances within Dipset were crumbling, that years of loyalty were evaporating in real time. as old grudges resurfaced in shocking clarity. And yet, despite the public meltdown, insiders hint that the most explosive moments never made it online yet. There were whispers of an unreleased clip showing Jim Jones confronting 50 Cent in private. The confrontation escalating into a shouting match that left several people in tears. Allegedly, this footage is being withheld by someone within the production team, threatening to drop it at the perfect moment to send shockwaves through Harlem and the broader hip-hop community. Meanwhile, Max B's presence alone seemed to amplify the chaos. Sources claim that his return was orchestrated, meticulously timed to perfection, so that 50 Cent's intervention would have maximum impact. Every move, every word, every smirk was calculated to push Jim Jones to the edge, and the results were instantaneous. Social media analysts report unprecedented engagement spikes, with mentions of Jim Jones and Max B hitting record numbers across multiple platforms. Every clip, meme, and comment added fuel to the fire, escalating a conflict that fans had long assumed was dormant. The public thought they were only witnessing a clash of personalities. But insiders insist there's far more at stake. There are rumors of contracts, partnerships, and previously unseen recordings that could potentially jeopardize careers, alliances, and personal relationships. The tension isn't just emotionalized, financial, strategic, and deeply rooted in years of unresolved history. Every move by 50 Cent was calculated, and every reaction by Jim Jones seemed to play right into his hands, even as the night unfolded. One element remained unclear: the full extent of Jim Jones' reaction. Witnesses claim he alternated between panic, rage, and disbelief, unable to process the combined pressure of Max B's return and 50 Cent's calculated humiliation. Fans watching online were divided. Some celebrated the downfall of a longtime figure, while others feared that this confrontation could escalate further, spilling beyond social media and into real-world consequences. And then came the bombshell that no one saw coming. An insider deep in the mix leaked a clip of Jim Jones sending a desperate message to an unnamed rapper, claiming he had never felt this cornered in his life. The urgency in his voice was palpable. Analysts and fans immediately speculated, was Jim genuinely intimidated, or was this a calculated move to generate sympathy? Either way, the clip went viral in minutes, igniting debates, arguments, and conspiracy theories across every corner of the hip-hop universe. By the time the sun rose, the fallout was impossible to ignore. Headlines screamed about humiliation, comebacks, and alliances shattered. Every platform from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube was flooded with reactions, remixes, and compilations, each one escalating the story further. And yet insiders insist this is only the beginning. Something even darker, something that could permanently alter the power dynamics in Harlem and beyond, is looming just out of sight. The stage is set. Jim Jones' legacy hangs by a thread. Max B's return is already rewriting the narrative. And 50 Cent, he's sitting back, having delivered a performance that insiders describe as surgical, merciless, and unforgettable. But just when everyone thought they had seen the peak of the tension, whispers began to circulate about a private confrontation set to be released soon. One that could blow the lid off everything fans think they know. And just as speculation reached fever pitch, a shocking leak hinted at a new player entering the chaos. Someone whose involvement could turn the current conflict into an all-out war. A war so intense it might redefine the boundaries of Harlem's hip-hop. Hierarchy forever. You thought you were witnessing the climax. You're barely seeing the opening act. The betrayal, the humiliation, the secret recordings, and the explosive confrontations have only scratched the surface. And when the next chapter unfolds, it won't just be Jim Jones or Max B or 50 Cent in the spotlight. It will be the entire history of Harlem hip-hop, rewritten in real time, one scandalous clip at a time. The morning after the chaos, Harlem was still reeling. Every insider, every fan, every blogger was dissecting the fallout from 50 Cent's merciless humiliation. But while the public could only guess at what happened behind the scenes, those close to the circle knew the truth was far more volatile. Max B's return had already ignited a chain reaction. And now whispers of secret meetings, hidden recordings, and leaked messages threatened to blow everything apart. Sources confirm that Jim Jones, still reeling from the public embarrassment, attempted to regroup with his inner circle, but his allies were divided. Some urged him to strike back immediately. Others questioned his judgment, wondering if he could survive the combined force of Max B's resurgence and 50 Cent's calculated strike. Every conversation, every text, every cryptic Instagram story was analyzed by fans as if the fate of Harlem, hip-hop itself, hung in the balance. Then came the leaked recordings that would turn the drama into full-blown chaos. A private session recorded at a late-night meeting surfaced online, capturing Jim Jones in an unprecedented meltdown. Voices cracked, threats were hurled, and accusations flew faster than anyone could keep up with. What shocked the insiders most wasn't just the content tip, was the raw, unfiltered emotion. The desperation in his tone as he admitted that Max B's return had destabilized him more than anyone could have predicted. Social media ignited like wildfire. Clips of the meltdown were remixed, tweeted, and shared across platforms. Fans debated every syllable, dissected every facial expression, and even created memes capturing the sheer intensity of Jim Jones' reaction. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's team remained eerily silent, a move insiders say was strategic. By letting Jim unravel in real time, 50 Cent ensured the humiliation would have maximum impact, both online and in the streets. The tension escalated further when rumors surfaced that Jim Jones had reached out to Cameron, attempting to negotiate a secret truce. But sources allege the conversation did not go as planned. Cameron, reportedly unimpressed, leaked selective messages to stir more chaos. Fans immediately noticed the cryptic tweets, interpreting them as confirmations of long-standing tensions within Dipset. The internet exploded with speculation. Had Cameron aligned with Max B? Was this the ultimate betrayal? And then came the unexpected twist. An anonymous insider uploaded a video allegedly showing Jim Jones confronting 50 Cent in a private setting, no cameras, no public spectacle. The encounter was explosive. Witnesses claim the exchange was so heated that tempers flared to the point where security almost intervened. In that private confrontation, it is said Jim accused 50 Cent of orchestrating a campaign to undermine his entire career, while 50 Cent reportedly smiled coldly, responding with words calculated to wound and humiliate. Every insider agrees the psychological warfare was on a level it's never seen before in Harlem. But the chaos didn't stop there. Max B, observing from the shadows, reportedly made his first public statement since his return. Fans scrambled to interpret the cryptic post. A single image with the caption "History isn't rewritten without fire." Social media erupted. Some saw it as a warning to Jim Jones, others as a declaration that he was reclaiming his position. The ambiguity fueled speculation, with viral threads debating Max B's intentions, strategy, and ultimate goal. Celebrity reactions began pouring in. Several high-profile Harlem artists posted subtle but loaded comments online. One message interpreted as a swipe at Jim Jones went viral, sparking a wave of replies that doubled down on the tension. Analysts say this is a masterclass in public relations warfare, leveraging ambiguity, stirring speculation, and letting social media amplify the narrative into a cultural event. Meanwhile, another bombshell surfaced. Leaked texts revealed that Jim Jones had allegedly reached out to an East Coast legend, pleading for backup in dealing with both 50 Cent and Max B. The response, however, was cold and dismissive, hinting that alliances were fracturing. Fans immediately speculated that Dipset's internal cohesion was at risk, and the rumor mill exploded with claims of betrayals, secret pacts, and hidden agendas dating back over a decade. By midday, the tension had escalated to levels that insiders describe as unprecedented. Every platform, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, even niche forums, was flooded with analysis, leaks, memes, and theories. Clips of 50 Cent's original taunts were remixed with commentary from influencers, amplifying the humiliation. Meanwhile, Jim Jones' attempts to respond were leaked almost immediately, creating a cycle of escalating conflict that had no end in sight. Sources indicate that the most explosive part of the story had yet to be revealed: a recording of an alleged heated meeting between Jim Jones, Max B, and an influential figure in the music industry. Witnesses claim this meeting included threats, confessions, and accusations so shocking that they could potentially change the narrative surrounding Harlem hip-hop forever. And while the footage hasn't surfaced publicly yet, rumors of its existence have caused a frenzy in fan circles. Some speculate it will redefine loyalties, while others fear it could trigger permanent rifts in the community. And just when it seemed that the chaos couldn't escalate further, a fresh wave of leaked messages surfaced. These texts allegedly showed Jim Jones attempting to manipulate social media narratives, posting cryptic clips, and coordinating reactions to downplay the fallout. Yet, insiders say the strategy backfired. Fans noticed inconsistencies, and the internet quickly called him out, adding layers of embarrassment and tension to the already explosive situation. By evening, Harlem had transformed into a battlefield. Every fan account, every celebrity page, and every insider thread contributed to the firestorm. Analysts report that engagement metrics for Jim Jones-related content hit record levels, surpassing even Max B's initial return announcement. But insiders warn the worst is still to come. The private confrontation clips, the secret meetings, and the previously undisclosed recordings are all waiting in the wings, threatening to send shockwaves across the music industry. And just as Part 2's climax built to an unbearable peak, rumors began circulating of a dramatic twist no one expected. An unnamed source claimed that 50 Cent had additional footage of Jim Jones, captured moments before the original humiliation, revealing private confessions, secret fears, and admissions that could permanently tarnish his image. The leak is reportedly being held back deliberately for maximum impact, and insiders say its release could ignite a firestorm that might redefine power dynamics in Harlem. For years, fans across social media were already on edge. The hashtag Jim Jones Humiliated began trending nationally, while hashtag MaxBRE turns and number 50 Cent drama exploded internationally. Analysts claim the public was now invested not just in the feud, but in the intricate unfolding story of betrayal, strategy, and revenge. Every new leak, every cryptic post, every insider rumor pushed the tension higher, creating a scenario where no one could look away and everyone was desperate for the next revelation. The streets buzzed. Every club, studio, and party became a discussion hub for the unfolding drama. Sources suggest that even artists who had previously stayed neutral were now being forced to take sides. Friendships were tested. Alliances were questioned. And somewhere behind the scenes, Max B watched quietly, his return already reshaping the landscape in ways no one had predicted. A new bombshell surfaced: a leaked conversation allegedly showing Jim Jones planning a counterattack. Fans speculated endlessly. Was this the beginning of a retaliation? Or would the secrets he was trying to weaponize against 50 Cent and Max B backfire, accelerating his downfall? Insiders hint that the answer will shock the entire industry and no one, not even the most loyal Harlem fans, will see it coming. The storm that had been brewing for days finally broke wide open. The private confrontation footage that insiders had teased for weeks surfaced on an underground channel, immediately leaking onto social media and spreading like wildfire. Jim Jones' face, pale and tense, was captured in moments of raw vulnerability as he admitted fears he had never voiced publicly: fears of Max B's return, of losing control, and of being outmaneuvered by 50 Cent. The clip was unedited, unfiltered, and devastating. Fans, celebrities, and even rival artists watched in disbelief. 50 Cent, the architect of humiliation, did not intervene. He allowed the footage to speak for itself, and it spoke volumes. Every sarcastic smirk, every pointed word, every calculated pause revealed a masterclass in psychological warfare. Analysts and fans alike dissected the video frame by frame, noting the subtle power plays, the hidden jabs, and the sheer confidence of 50 Cent as Jim Jones crumbled under the pressure. Social media exploded. Hashtags like #JimJones exposed and #MaxBRE dominated trending charts worldwide. Memes, reaction videos, and heated debates filled every platform. Meanwhile, Max B's presence became more than symbolic. Insider leaks suggested he was orchestrating, and then a bombshell. Rumors emerged that 50 Cent had secured additional unreleased footage that could completely redefine the story. According to sources, this footage showed Jim Jones attempting to negotiate secretly with Max B, only to be outmaneuvered by 50 Cent at every turn. The implications were staggering. If released, the clip could permanently tarnish reputations, dismantle alliances, and shift the balance of power in Harlem's hip-hop scene forever. Even as the leaks kept surfacing, analysts noticed something chilling. Jim Jones' responses were becoming erratic. Video clips captured him in unguarded moments, shouting, gesturing, and visibly struggling to maintain authority. Insider sources describe his behavior as a mix of panic, rage, and desperation. Friends and associates reportedly feared that his next move could be reckless and, possibly, catastrophic. The tension wasn't just online. It was spilling into real-world interactions, parties, and events, escalating the stakes to unprecedented levels. The city buzzed with speculation, but the most dramatic twist had yet to occur. A supposed private leak revealed a conversation between 50 Cent and Max B, suggesting the two had quietly aligned to undermine Jim Jones' position completely. The public couldn't see it yet, but insiders claim it was a strategic masterstroke executed with precision. Fans and commentators were left in disbelief. The two figures who had once been fierce competitors were now orchestrating a joint offensive, leaving Jim Jones isolated, vulnerable, and humiliated. As the final hours of the feud's public eruption approached, a dramatic showdown unfolded at a Harlem event. Witnesses describe a scene of intense confrontation. Jim Jones attempting to reclaim authority, 50 Cent delivering calculated jabs with the calm confidence of a predator, and Max B observing silently, the mastermind behind the chaos. The audience, both physical and online, watched in disbelief as tensions reached a fever pitch. Every interaction, every glance, every word felt loaded with consequences, as though the very future of Harlem hip-hop was at stake. And just when everyone thought the story had reached its climax, a final earth-shattering leak appeared, an uncut recording showing Jim Jones admitting past mistakes, betrayals, and strategic missteps. His admissions were detailed, his voice trembling, his composure gone. Fans, analysts, and celebrities all declared this the ultimate humiliation. Social media erupted as reactions poured in from every corner of the world. Memes, reaction videos, hot takes, and conspiracy theories multiplied by the second. The digital universe was ablaze, and every second brought new revelations, new debates, and new fans eagerly waiting for the next shocking moment by the end of the night. One thing was clear: this feud had changed everything. The alliances, the reputations, and the balance of power in Harlem hip-hop had shifted forever. 50 Cent had delivered a masterclass in humiliation. Max B had returned stronger, smarter, and more influential than anyone imagined. And Jim Jones, he was left reeling, scrambling to rebuild what had been shattered in front of the entire world. And just as the dust seemed to settle, insiders hinted that the story wasn't over. Another leak, bigger and more explosive than any before, was reportedly being prepared. The anticipation alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy. The truth, the betrayal, the humiliation, it all promised to escalate further beyond anything the public had witnessed. And one thing was certain: no one would ever look at Harlem hip-hop the same way again. The stage is set. The drama has peaked. And the next move, It's anyone's guess, but one thing is guaranteed. The world is watching. And nobody is safe from the chaos that 50 Cent, Max B, and Jim Jones have unleashed. Listen up. Fam, if you thought this story was wild, you haven't seen anything yet. What just went down between 50 Cent, Jim Jones, and Max B isn't just drama. It's a full-scale explosion that's rewriting the rules of Harlem hip-hop. Live in front of the world. And the craziest part? There's more waiting in the shadows, leaks, messages, and secret footage that could drop any second and completely change everything you think you know. So don't blink. Don't scroll. Don't even think you can catch up later. Every comment, every share adds fuel to the fire and keeps you on the inside track of the biggest celebrity showdown of the year. This isn't just entertainment, it's history in the making. And if you miss a second, you'll be left out of the conversation everyone will be talking about for months. Hit that subscribe button now. Turn on notifications. Join the army of fans dissecting every word, every glance, every leaked message. We're breaking down every secret, exposing every betrayal, and revealing every shocking twist before anyone else does. Be the first to know, the first to react, and the first to dominate the debate. This is your front row seat to the chaos, the meltdown, and the ultimate war between legends. Don't watch from the sidelines. Get involved, get loud, and make sure your voice is heard. The next leak could drop at any moment, and when it does, you'll want to be right here with us, witnessing history unfold. Smash that like button. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe before it's too late. This is the moment, the tension, the humiliation, the comeback. And it's all happening right now. All happening right now.